In the previous episodes of the series, we wandered in the Malaysian tea plantations, discovered the magical city of Ipoh, and crossed to the Philippines for a wild adventure. My name is Adam, and in this video I embark to complete quests in a small but mighty land. Let's uncover the many faces of this place. This is Asia Express. I found myself on a plane, taking off from the island of Davao, heading to what was the most anticipated stop of this long journey.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
And in just 2 eye blinks, we were already descending. This is the Lion City, Singapore. An architectural and cultural jewel of East Asia.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to Singapore. Okay, why not go with the metro challenge first? Can you choose one station on the line? Kaki Bukit. Okay, and my choice is Bendemeer.
Right away we dove into the modernity of the country. The MRT is a world-class, fully automated, highly accessible metro system. However, the stations we picked were not the most intriguing. Maybe the next one will be impressive? Well, I guess.
Seems pleasant. Where to go now? To be honest, there is not much to do here except eating, and it looks very tempting, but let's leave it for later. The high five.
Hi.
Finally, we began exploring the 3 main ethnic regions, starting with Kampong Glam, which is a super vibrant heritage district established in the 19th century for the Malay, Arab, and Muslim communities. Once home to the Malay royalty under Sultan Hussein Shah, it quickly grew into a bustling center for trade, culture, and textile businesses.
The contrast of these small old buildings and the new ones in the background is so picturesque.
At the heart of Glam stands the iconic Sultan Mosque, which remains the center of the area's rich Islamic legacy. During difficult periods of colonial rule, people here faced serious struggles, including overcrowding and deep poverty. Yet despite these, the mosque endured as an epicenter of resilience.
It's amazing. I love the green color and the clean arches.
وإذا
This is one of the best regions where you can get a glimpse of Singapore's Muslim heritage. About roughly 15.6% of the population here are Muslim people. Most of the Muslims here are ethnically Malay or Indian, but of course there are other groups as well. I can spot many Turkish restaurants, Lebanese restaurants, and Iraqi shops. And I must admit I really like this part of the city, but soon we have to move on to the next one because we've got challenges to complete, right? And now on to the next region.
The second area was Chinatown, which instantly felt like a different country. It took shape as Chinese immigrants arrived in Singapore, seeking a better life. The district rapidly became a center for trade, filled with traditional shophouses, markets, and clan associations that helped new arrivals settle into a foreign land. Chinatown also faced darker chapters in its history, such as overcrowding and disease outbreaks among laborers who worked long hours for little pay. But the collective survived, and today Chinatown stands as a sign of pride. A good example of this is the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, built in a traditional Tang Dynasty style. It's believed to house a sacred relic of Buddha's tooth, serving as both a place of worship and a symbol of peace. And then it was time for the third district. Welcome to Little India. The Indian region developed in the 19th century as migrants moved here to work as traders under British rule. Over time, it blossomed into a buzzing hub filled with flower garlands, traditional eateries, and colorful streets that reflected the rich heritage of the Indian residents.
Everything is moving in every direction. What?
They sing different songs.
Yes, I can hear at least 4 different kinds of songs right now.
In Little India stands the 170-year-old Sri Veeramakaliamman temple, dedicated to the fierce goddess, Kali. The temple became famous during World War II, when locals sheltered inside as bombs fell around them, and many believed the shrine was miraculously protected.
Well, challenge completed. 3 cultures in one day. So happy about this. It was super interesting. Maybe this was my favorite challenge ever.
Later I will tell you which bag is okay. Oh, okay. Easy for you.
there's no better way for an evening walk than the most well-known and biggest attraction in the country. It's the gardens at the bay. This is a mega project. It's a 206 acres big system of gardens. It's unbelievable. Online on TripAdvisor, it's in the top 8 attractions of the world, and it's number 1 in Asia. So guys, the sun is setting, the lights started appearing, so let's go and explore.
It was quite late when we got to the last challenge, but it was the perfect occasion to find some fancy dinner.
Okay, so far so good. It looks very good actually. Oh damn, the food arrived. Okay, let's see. It's slow cooked beef cheek. This is one of the best beef things I have ever eaten. And now we've got some sweet to close the evening. This is matcha mousse, and I love matcha, so I'm loving this as well. I'm so happy.
And with that, one more set of quests has been completed. And one more stop is still awaiting us at the end of this incredible adventure. And to Singapore, thank you for giving us such an amazing time here.